Hello. So we're back on live again. If you're watching this later, hello. Thanks for watching. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on working on this track I started the other day. I was going to say if anybody wants to support me on Patreon, they can do. I'm going to put a little thing up on the screen actually, just with the Patreon link, which I'll do now. While I'm doing that, let's just play the track. What I've got with it so far.
Consciousness. 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 Consciousness.
So yeah, he still obviously needs a hell of a lot of work, but it's a starting point. Why the hell is this backwards? Christ knows. Transform. Right, let's flip it by 180 degrees. No, that's upside down. Oh, there we go. So, oh, that's why. For some reason it's going. Yeah, so this is just, I have a Patreon, which you may know about. If you want to support the channel for like the cost of a cup of coffee a month, then feel free to do so. There's no need, you don't have to, but it does help, and I'm going to leave that on there just as some shameless plug. For support me on Patreon. I've not got the chat window open, so let me have a look on the chat if anybody is there yet. There is. Little Rhubarb's here. Hello. Slogans back to front. Yeah, hopefully I've sorted that out now. Right. So I did a little bit of work on this last night. I didn't live stream last night. I just did a bit of work on this inside. I just added in this shaker, which is coming in here. We have some snare fills coming in on this bit. And then we've got a ride thing coming in over here. Which is quite cool. And then what I've been doing is I've got the which isn't turned on, the TB-03 over here, which I've actually got now synchronized up to the TB-303 on here, because I want to do kind of record the, rather than just doing automation. It's still working, yeah. So I can control that from here now, which is pretty cool. So we can kind of do. A bit more live kind of stuff, which I will do as when I record it. But listening to this earlier, I kind of still like it, which is always good when I come back the day after. It's lacking some bottom end. It needs a little bit more kind of bassiness with it. I did wonder whether to do like a bass pad kind of thing or something. Let's find something on the Deluge, because I've got a nice, one of my favourite things I made. So yeah, those who do want to support me on Patreon, I do share exclusive stuff on there. Is it this one? That kind of thing. So if you're a Deluge user, then you can download the copy, the contents of my SD card. I must have talked to this camera. From there, I'm in the process of putting some multi-samples and things on there. There are some sample packs as well you can get for free, and I'll do other stuff as well. So I worked out that this is in, I think it was in E minor. Let's get this in E minor. Where's my E? E normally comes after D, usually. So, let's have a play. Way too loud. No. That was rubbish. I just kind of want a little bit of extra bass. Let's turn a few extra things on. Let's see if the old Moog Mavis is going to stay in tune for me. Might need a bit of warming up. I think it just kind of wants something like that. Okay, that could work.
Consciousness. Consciousness.
Okay, so let's just I need to synchronize up the Deluge with Ableton, which should already be done. For some reason, it's not. Hopefully that will work. No. do. Which one is it? Let's just turn them all on. I did have this sorted out the other day, but now I've changed my. Oh, I know why. Need the System 8 on because everything's kind of going through that, and if that's not on, it doesn't start everything else playing. 1 2 1 2. Okay, we're back with the audio. There we go. I don't know why that just the MX1 completely froze for some reason. So just stick in the chat that you can hear me now. I'm getting a signal now on OBS that I wasn't before, so hopefully we are back with that. Restart Ableton. Yeah, I mean, this is the joys of music production in this day and age. I think anybody that uses Ableton Live, I don't know, has the same problem. I know. I play drums in another band and we always have this same problem. Whatever version we use. Anyway, Ableton will be back on in a sec and we'll carry on. And already it's 20 past 9 and I've done nothing. There we go. We have audio. Excellent. Right. So I want to get this so it syncs up and it should synchronize up. Right, let me try this one more time. Hopefully this won't now break the MX1. We do that. One, two. Right, we're back again. Okay, so yeah, it seems to be something when I'm trying to synchronize Ableton up with the Deluge, it breaks the MX1. So I won't do that. I've no idea why. Yeah, so I've just had a comment about that's why I don't use a DAW. Yeah, I know. I mean, I do a lot of stuff from hardware, but when it comes down to recording, you know, they are good. I mean, a lot of the times it's fine. But this is why I'm trying to get away from actually using Ableton for performing live. I've got a Machine Plus, which, I mean, technically it's a DAW in a box, isn't it? But anyway, we're back. Hopefully that's it. I'll try not to break it again. I'm not doing very well. I did a live stream on Friday night as a test, and I broke my Mini-Log, which thankfully was just the power supply. But that just died. I thought I'd broke the whole thing, and now the MX1's being annoying. Right, so this, I'm just going to, right. So, I'm going to get rid of that track. And hopefully we can get some audio into here. There we go. Should be track 4. Okay, I'm just going to record a few bars of that, and then we can tidy it up in a minute. Yeah, I mean, in terms of putting stuff out on YouTube, yeah, that'd be fine. But I obviously I use Ableton for doing a like full multi-track mix and mastering and all of that. So, I mean, I moan about Ableton, but it's bloody good at the end of the day when it works. Right, let me get a click track going. Okay, that actually recorded. So, I mean, it's only a 1 bar thing, so let's just tidy up, because there's going to be a little bit of latency, I think, on this. Let's just tidy this up if necessary. I think if we could get 4 bars of it, that would be cool. Let's just see if that loops around okay. Okay, so it's a little bit out. So they all want to be on that end. In fact, let me re-record that because I started it at a stupid place. Let's get rid of that. Because I forgot I got a 2 bar counting. Tidy up my shocking timing. Actually, it's not far off, but I'll blame the latency for that. And I wasn't really concentrating that much. That one's about alright, but we will do that. Okay, so let's just give this 2 bar thing. Let's see what that sounds like if it loops okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. So I'll listen over here.
Consciousness. 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 Consciousness.
Oh Christ almighty, what's happening there?
Consciousness.
Yeah, stuff that up. Realised I've duplicated it in a stupid fashion. I got a feeling that wasn't exactly a what the hell? That's what I need to do. Don't think it was exactly. Oh, that's why, because we got a little overlap there. Look, that's the reason it was going out. Do I do EMOMs? Yes, I do EMOMs. Yes, I'm actually just. We are redoing the Nottingham one, which I'm involved in. I'm going to be involved in organising again, which is going to be 3rd of March. So I've done the Nottingham one for quite a few years. I've done the Leicester one. Have I done the Leicester one? Yeah, I did the Leicester one once. So yeah, that's a great place to go out and try this stuff live.
Consciousness.
Okay, so I'm going to bring that in. I think
Consciousness.
when the kick comes in.
Consciousness.
That's what we want. Just got a little pumping bass underneath.
Consciousness.
We'll probably have that bad boy going all the way through.
Consciousness.
Just gives it more of a. I put that in a lot of my. I probably put it in too many tracks, that offbeat bass, but what the hell? Let's EQ it.
Consciousness.
Yeah, that's doing what I want it to do now.
Consciousness.
Oh, cool, nice one. Bradford, yeah, I know Bradford-ish. Never been. Been to Leeds a few times, so I know where Bradford is. It's not that far away from here. Yeah, I think I did my first one in I think it was 2018. I did the Nottingham one first, and then I kind of got involved in helping organise that. And then, for those of you who don't know, EMOM is the electronic music open mic thing that a guy called Martin Christie started, which is because you can go to pretty much any, if you're like an acoustic guitar singer-songwriter kind of person, let's look at the camera. You can go and do an open mic anywhere, but for like any night of the week. But for electronic musicians, there's not a lot out there. And yeah, it started off really small, and it's just got massive now, and everyone's doing them around the country and in different countries as well. So if you're an electronic musician and you're thinking, I can't go out and play live, well, you can. Go and do that. And it's dead good. Everyone's dead friendly, and everyone's just like geeking over the gear and all of that. So yeah, like I say, I did my first one in 2018, then COVID happened, obviously a couple of years after that, and the Nottingham one kind of stopped, but we are now resurrecting it, and I think 3rd of March is the plan for the next one. All right, cool. You got one. I got one coming up next week. Nice. There's the Derby one as well. I've not done the Derby one, but there is a Derby one happening regularly now, which is supposed to be a good night also. So let's carry on. Where in Nottingham is it? It's at the Chameleon pub, but I think you've got to be over 16 to get in there, unfortunately. I've played at Rough Trade a couple of times as well last year, which went down well with 2 different bands, but I played as Resonator there. That was always a good night, and at the Angel as well. That was a good night last year. But yeah, I've not got many gigs lined up at the moment. I need to sort some out. Although I'm faffing about with my live set, which I will be doing as on some of these live streams, as well as writing and recording stuff. I shall be doing that. Really just going through how I play stuff live, and I've got a few new tracks to try and get into my live sets. Right. So this is no longer now picking up this, obviously. So that should be controlling this, and of course it's not. That should work. Do I need it on record? Oh well, I'll something else to add to my list of stuff to sort out. Oh, there we go. The track's got to be... I should know this. The track's got to be armed. So yeah, I did, just to kind of move the 303 stuff around, I kind of had some automation going, which I am going to actually just... I'm not going to delete it. I will just sort of deactivate it for now, and I'll... Because eventually I'm going to record this 303 part as audio anyway. But that's what I'm playing about with the filters and stuff. Do all that kind of nonsense. I'm getting a bit of glitching, I think, and because I've got quite a lot of stuff going off in this track. Let me just increase the Oda buffer size a bit. It should be alright, but I'll just take it up a little bit, because it doesn't particularly matter. So I'm not like doing live drumming or anything. Right, so let's have a listen to this bit. I think when we drop that kick out...
Consciousness.
Oh no, So I'll leave that bass in there. Okay, so that bass has just done what I wanted it to do. It's just sort of lifted it up a little bit. I'm thinking probably some sort of just a pad, just to pad it out a bit. Let's have some crashes. I want another crash, I think, when that shake comes in. Yeah. Let's just have like a crash every 8 bars. Why not? And you know what? We want a good old reverse cymbal, because it always works. Let's turn that off a bit. It's actually warm in here for a change. I've got loads of reverse cymbals in here. Not that long. That'll do. That's what we want. Might be a bit loud. Let's turn it down. Yep. Let's put a bit of delay and reverb on, because I put delay and reverb on everything. Why not? Okay, there's a little gap at the end of that one. Do I want one? Actually, that was quite nice. I quite like that shorter one. Let's try that one. Still got a gap thing in there, but I think. Let's just get it positioned like there. It's the little things that make the difference in a track. Yep. Perfect. Love a reverse cymbal. Right, organisation. So, let's stick this up with the drums part, and all my drums are red, or drums and percussion. Let's put the basses together, because I usually have those yellow for some reason, don't know why. That crash needs to be up there. It's just, I know this sound looks a bit weird doing this, but or a bit, you know, OCD, but it just kind of just stay organised. It makes it a hell of a lot easier. So these are all effects. We've got a riser down here. Now this is a little thing I was playing with last night, which I don't think I'm going to use. I think I'm going to get rid of this kind of distance thing. Oh, I've just done that actually. I quite like that now. All right, I'm not going to get rid of that yet. Then this was like a pad thing. Again, okay, I kind of quite like that. But I like that pad sound coming in, so we need to find a nice pad sound. let's try. I know, let's go with the old deluge again because I'm sure I had. I wrote a patch on here called Epic Pad. I mean, that should do the job. What time is it? Okay, we've got a bit of time left. Pads. Epic Pad. Alright, let's just try it. Okay, when that came, I quite like that when that came in actually. Let's just repeat that a few times and just see. So, alright, I might edit it out a little bit. I kind of quite like it to do that. So it'll go. Okay, it's a little bit old school dubsteppy kind of vibe. It was an old loop pack I used, but I've just chopped it up and moved stuff around on it. But yeah, all right. That has potential. Okay, I'm gonna make that like an 8-bar pattern. Let's consolidate that. Let's try Epic Pad 2 instead of Epic Pad 1. Let's just loop this bit around. So, A Division R has asked, am I trying to create a generic techno tune? Kind of, yeah. I mean, I'm sort of doing, a lot of my stuff is very acid based. I have a lot of 303 stuff. And I've gone a little bit old school and I was listening to a lot of Rob Acid stuff. So I've kind of got this as so it's called Acid Bites, which is the reference track. Although mine now sounds completely different. It always ends up sounding like me. So yeah, I mean, the idea, what I'm writing at the moment is, I had an idea earlier in the year I was going to try and write 2 albums. An ambient album and just an all-out acid bangers thing. I'm not sure whether that'll still happen or whether I'll just do 1 album and have a mixture of stuff. I have got a couple of other tracks, which I'll play shortly, actually. that I think will fit on this, which I've finished and never released. So yeah, that's the idea at the moment. Yeah, it's just kind of like an acid techno thing. Yeah, any track names are welcome. I mean, this one I may just call Conscious Bigness because of the vocal sample in it. I was going to kind of do Weird Acid names, but...
Consciousness.
So, I mean, it's got to be called Consciousness, hasn't it? Obviously, I think this one. I mean, it would be daft not to. Okay, I'm going to just jam out some pad stuff because I quite like some of that pad thing. I'm just going to record a load of stuff and see what happens. And we'll just start it from here.
Consciousness. Consciousness.
I mean, the pads won't come in it here yet, but
Consciousness.
I'll just record it and move it around wherever it needs to be. I've got to make sure I don't talk, look, otherwise my voice is coming in there. I'm just going to turn the mic off. Record stuff, leave the bloody loop on. I mean, I'll just do it again. Hydrogenic, like that. Oxygenic and Awake. Okay, well, can we use those for other tracks? I'm going to call this one Consciousness, I think, just because it makes sense. But cool song titles, actually. I like them. Thank you, Hayden. Right, let's turn the mic off and record this again. Right. All right, let's catch up on the chat. Manotropic. Hey, that's a good one. I like that one in Division. Might keep no, you can't keep it for yourself. No, it's mine. Bliss. I like that. Bliss is a good song track, which is nice. So yeah, the idea behind that pad thing was not for it to follow a particular kind of pattern, just to be sort of like ambient-y stuff cracking off in the background. So I'm not entirely sure how much of that I will use, but it's there anyway. Let's just have a listen back. Okay, that's getting there. I think I've got enough elements in there to kind of work on the arrangement now, which I'll probably do tomorrow or the night after. I love the fact that, Hayden's just subscribed to A Division. That's a lot of what this channel is about. It's about supporting everybody. If you know my channel, I do a thing called Res Reacts that I've not done for a while. I need to get back on doing those, where I listen to people's music and react to it and subscribe to them and just kind of like get a bit of exposure for them on this channel. So yeah, if anyone's got any tracks they want to send to me, it's resonatoruk@gmail.com, and I can stick your tracks in a future Res Reacts. I've got a few planned, and I occasionally do like a featured artist as well. I've got a couple of those coming up as well in due course. Right, okay, I'm going to leave that there for now. I just want to have a listen, because one of the next things I want to do is, I wrote a track last year, which has not been released, although it has got played on the radio, which I need to start working on in my live set, because I want to play it live at the next EMOM in Nottingham, and I've not played it yet. So I've got loads of things planned with my live set. I want it to be, it's kind of like going to be, so what I would call like a modular system. Not modular as in all this nonsense over here, but modular in the sense that if I'm going to do it like an EMOM that's just like a 15-minute set, let's look at this camera, I might just want to take the Machine Plus with me and play everything off that. But then I want to be able to add into it, because I do some live drumming on some, so I want to be able to add drum pads to that. MIDI controllers, other synths and so on, so I can make it as big or as small as I want depending on the venue or the length of set that I've got to do. So that's the idea. So I'm going to work on that alongside doing these tracks on these live streams. So how do you go on the radio? It's just BBC introduce him in East Midlands. They seem to like what I do. They've been playing my stuff since 2016 is the first one, and I've been in the top 20 most played artists on BBC Introducing East Midlands for the last 4 or 5 years, which is great, but yeah, it doesn't really seem to lead anywhere, and it's just sending it out to loads of internet radio stations as well. But it's nice to, actually think that, yeah, it's good enough for them to play it on the radio. Your productions is always good. So yeah, So it was on, just on local BBC introducing on kind of all across the East Midlands. I've been played on Six Music a couple of times as well, because from there they send it on to Six Music. And I've been Track of the Week a few times as well, which is also always nice. So I've got to try and find the... I can't remember where I saved all of me. There we go. So we're going to have a look at the radio edit of that. So this is I've got I did a couple of tracks because there was two that got played. I did one with a vocalist. That was the one that Hayden watched the video of. I did with Basie. So there's two tracks I'm going to get into my live set, and then I've got to work out how I can get them all into the Machine Plus, because the Machine Plus has a limited amount of CPU it can control. So eventually, for a big full live, if I was doing like an hour set, I would need to have the laptop with me, which is always scary, because laptops being laptops. So we'll just have a quick listen to this, because I think this is the radio edit of it. One of the things you need to do as well particularly to get on BBC Introducing and get on radio is you've got to have your songs have got to be between 3 and 3.5 minutes. They did used to play longer stuff than mine in the past, but then they kind of obviously they want to get as much music as they can in. I keep forgetting to look at the cameras in one of their shows. So if you can do like a radio edit down to 3.5 minutes, it's you got more chance of getting played. So this is this one. I just want to see if this is going to fit kind of on this album I'm talking about. So it's called All of Me, again with a little vocal sample. Let me just route the audio correctly. Doesn't like that. That sounds awful. So you can see, there's another acidy. So I think it will fit quite nicely with this new stuff I'm doing. Not sure why my CPU is... well, I know why the CPU, because I'm streaming and trying to play a track with all these tracks on at the same time, and my little Surface Pro can't handle it. Okay, so I'll tell you what we'll do, because that's not going to play. Let's just put the mix in here. We'll have, because I've not listened to this for about 4 or 5 months, and I'll be buggered if I can remember what it sounds like. Right, I'm just going to stick it in here, and I think it's on my desktop. There we go. So this is this was the mix of it. The final mastered version. Let's have a listen. Let's see if I still like this. I've not heard it for ages. 3.5 minutes, and then I'm going. Yeah, so it's going to fit in with this new track I'm writing, definitely, as an album. It's a bit more of a slower, chilled vibe than the new one, but... yeah, I still like it. there we have it. Yeah. All right. I'm quite impressed with that still. I'd say I wrote it. That was all right. So that's going to fit really well, actually, because the new one I'm writing is not a million miles different to that. The original version, I think, lasts about 5 minutes, so it's got like bigger build up and slow down thing. But a lot of these do still then work as like a 3.5 minute, just little kind of, radio friendly song, which is always nice. And then I've got another one which I'll probably have a listen to next time, which is called Lose Myself, I think. That's kind of like a more chilled, it's about a 9 or 10 minute track, I think. Kind of orb kind of vibes. Yeah, so that's the other one. So I've got those 3 tracks are hopefully going to go on the album, and I will then write the others over the next couple of months and try and live stream as much of that process as I can. And and any suggestions from you guys as I'm doing it is all welcome. Right, I think that's me for tonight. I've had enough for now. I might try and start a little bit earlier one of the other nights. Let's get rid of that. Don't need to save it. There's a nice picture. Let's go full screen. Hello. Yeah, right. I'm done. So thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you on another stream in the near future. And yeah, if you're feeling generous and you want to support me on Patreon, then please feel free to do so. Okay, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.